as we delve into the world of PropTech in India, we have noticed there are a lot of companies coming in, but they're not able to penetrate the broking or the broker channel or the channel partner market, even if they're getting huge funding. What is the cause of not able to crack the code when it comes to brokers industry or the broker sector or the channel partner sector? What is your perspective where the challenge is lying? And you must be seeing these lot of companies which are trying to come in. Where are they failing and what are they doing wrong?
So I think you have to create value, right? Otherwise, it doesn't last long, right? Unless you don't create value for everybody in the ecosystem, you know, and that's where the whole alpha is for the business. You know, that's where the profit can be shared among so many stakeholders. Fundamentally, right? So I think if you have to get into the brokerage enablement space, you need to understand that you need to first create the value for them, and which is what whoever cracks this code will do for a period of time. And like any other business, it can take time, and it will need capital growth. So you can't really do that in a very short period of time, which probably somebody would have tried doing. You will have to see to it that see, you can't solve one problem of my business and leave the all other problems, and which doesn't help the equation. You have to see to it that at least you need to understand where, in my business, where are the problems. If you can't solve one now, maybe you want to solve one and then second, then third. So I think that's the way I look at it. The broking business is a difficult business, as easy as it may look. For mom and pop shop brokerages.
Yeah.
And to enable that business, you will have to really sort of get into their business in depth, which is what probably people have not tried so far. And eventually, they will.
So, which are the companies which have tried and
You should be knowing, na? Why should I quote those companies?
Yes, but see, the thing is that it's usually what new startup companies and everything, what they do is in this broking industry, on this real estate, this section of the industry, it's a mix of online and offline.
Yeah.
Wherein first you have to understand the ground reality, what is happening. So it is not just about you have created a very good technology wherein customers are seeing these things and now they are, so that part is okay, that customers are calling you. But after that, there's a huge kind, just like a restaurant कि आपको बाहर से अच्छा दिखता है, but kitchen में कितनी सारी चीजें चल रही हैं. तो आपको अगर if you don't have that kitchen knowledge, then you will not be able to succeed. Yeah. तो जैसे कि अभी यहाँ पर ये कि once a customer comes to you, then after that what you do? So for that you have to understand how things are playing around here, how builders are working, how channel partners are working, how customers are behaving with these people, and how your team is working. Because it is a very important in this industry, it's very important to manage the team also. So how you are managing the team, how you are systematically segregated at different departments and segments and everything. So it's a very huge complex kind of thing which people misses. That is the reason they are not able to get the success in this section, and this section needs little bit of respective amount of time. आपको उसको set करने के लिए आपको time लगेगा. Even though you have created a good technology and everything is done, you will spend huge amount of money in marketing also. But once the customers come, then उसके बाद आप क्या करते हो? That's a 50% or 60% kind of thing which you do, and वही चीज वो नहीं समझ पाते होंगे. I think that is the reason they are not able to succeed.
So I want to know, there have been talks, and especially few promoters also have brought in our notice that when they give mandate business, there are times where they have noticed their leads have been shared to others. Because if that same company is not just into broking, but they are also into providing the other verticals, the leads have been shared. That has been an issue with few promoters. I'm sure you would have seen that they fear that अगर मैंने इसको mandate दे दिया, वो भी इतनी बड़ी कंपनी हो जिसमें ये सारे verticals हमारे leads will be shared and it repeat होंगे and everything like that. So when it comes to data privacy, as PropTech companies like yours, how are you managing and making sure your customer data is intact and those leads are not repeated or misplaced in a certain way?
So we are not into mandates. So we are basically into primary market. So there are two questions. So ek to first I will answer this in terms of data privacy. So we have a very CRMs and everything is in place wherein usually people don't get to see the numbers of the customers at start once they interact with, and we have a segment, different project segment, different team segment wherein the customers is inquired for a project, then only A team will be getting these customer details. So we have a system in place wherein we are not sharing the data of our clients to anybody else, and we also have a policy wherein we don't, we ask the customers also, do you want any other calls, or still if you are looking, to buy a home or not, so that we don't call you again and again. So we make sure that the customers don't get harassed, because in the current listing portals, this is one of the biggest issue which a customer face ki once he inquired or she inquired, they get lots of calls from multiple industry, and then he gets frustrated. So that is the issue which we are.
No, that I've also faced. कि अगर एक जगह मैंने inquire किया है, every broker, every promoter has got the number.
So
the team has got the number.
Now, जैसे जो platform से they are doing other things also. So you might get calls कि भाई सर आपको इंटीरियर भी कराना है क्या, इसकी भी calls अभी आने लगी है. So that is the thing which we make sure कि हम अपने home buyer से अपने client से upfront पूछते हैं at the last कि whether you want any, you're looking or not. If say yeah no, then we make sure that कि भाई we have a different segment where this customer goes into that bucket. वहाँ पर फिर उसके बाद उसको nobody will touch base them. So this is how we are making sure कि there is no privacy, data privacy leak.
Yeah, I think there's no one answer to this thing. I think we all have to put effort to make sure that data is protected, and we are answerable to the consumer when it comes to data protection than anybody else. Not even going their mandate or whatever, because if consumers' data starts moving out, it's not a right right service. Similarly, and I think it's a big issue right now in the sector. Let's face it. And like many other areas which are getting attention, I think this is also getting attention, and all of us are trying to put a lot of effort on that front, and we should see some results.